Hey, what's up guys? Justin from Out of the Basement here to bring you another Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch action figure review. Today we're going to be looking at the GameStop exclusive Gaming Greats NIGHTBROTHER Warrior, where Canada, Australia, the UK, you guys have had this for like almost half a year by now, but here in the United States we finally got an official release for it, and I was able to find one at a GameStop store in the wild and got a nice selection of paint apps. They seem to be popping up pretty much everywhere at once, so I'm really excited. I actually completely changed my opinion on this figure. I wasn't initially planning on getting it, but when I saw it in store, I really liked the display and the way it pops out of the packaging with that vibrant yellow. Coming in to take a closer look at the packaging, Black Series logo up here, beautiful window. Down here it does say Jedi Fallen Order, NIGHTBROTHER Warrior, got the Gaming Greats emblem right there. We do have this very nice mural style on the packaging. This face is going to be very important to remember, especially the markings right here and how they are not all that symmetrical on the art. It is number 5 in the Gaming Greats line. We do have another nice profile image of the character. Black Series logo up here, NIGHTBROTHER Warrior in that nice text. And there is a read up. If you'd like to read it, go ahead and pause it there. Also has some window on the top of the package. Let's crack it open. Here he is out of the packaging, and I am actually pleasantly surprised with this figure. You can get him into a two-handed weapon holding pose, no problem. We'll definitely go into finer detail with this guy, but just here on the rotating base and in a quick pose, he looks pretty good. This figure does come with one accessory, and it is his battle axe of some kind. It's a uniquely sculpted weapon in the Black Series. There's like 4 blades up at the top in that kind of dullish gray, but then there is some like rope tied around it for some more grip. That's in a very dark brown. The rest of it is that dull gray. And the most interesting part of this accessory is there appears to be like a tooth at the end. I think it's too small to be like a Rancor tooth or something. I know that's one of the options at Galaxy's Edge when you build your own lightsaber, but it's like a bone white, off-white tooth of some kind. I think that's a pretty cool detail. Overall, a pretty good looking, battle axe. It's kind of gummy up here, so you're not going to break the blade or anything. There's also a fine tip on the middle. I didn't even notice that. Pretty cool. Coming in to take a closer look at the figure, we gotta address the bit of controversial paint apps with the head, particularly with these yellow lines right here by the mouth. A lot of people are saying that is off center. I had to do a bit of my own research to see if this was intentional or not. It is accurate to the mural art that they have, and how these lines like right here are not symmetrical. They are asymmetrical, It looks sloppy, but it is accurate to how it looks on the mural. I looked at the game model that they have for Jedi Fallen Order, and they do have it symmetrical on the actual game model, as well as the promo shots for this figure. They have those yellow lines as symmetrical, but it does match the mural. I don't know how I feel about it. I think it was intentional, and it matches the mural at least. So it's not like it was just a 100% miss up, because every figure I saw had this asymmetrical line style on it. So take with that what you will. It's going to be up to the individual. But man, I love the head sculpt. It actually is different from the Maul. It is a genuinely different sculpt. The horns are also more profound on the NIGHTBROTHER, so I thought that was really nice that they went the extra mile and did a new sculpt for this guy, for the head at least. And it really differentiates the two figures. They could have easily just repainted the Maul head, but they chose to do a new head sculpt for the NIGHTBROTHER Warrior. I appreciate that. So again, for me, I am going to forgive the asymmetrical yellow lines because at least it matches the mural art. I don't know, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. It's also important to remember that these are like magical Zabraks. If you've played the Jedi Fallen Order game, this isn't like the Zabraks we see on Dathomir in Clone Wars. These are the NIGHTBROTHER Warriors, so they got their like little magic green magical misty powers. It's a really cool arc in Jedi Fallen Order, so I think that might be why they have these like symbols on them. And I don't know, I don't remember if they move around in the game, but it's important to remember that these are like the magical, like NIGHTBROTHER dark arts, mystical, magical characters. Aside from that, I really like the new head sculpt that they chose to make for this figure. The rest of the yellow paint is pretty evenly and cleanly applied there. You can see the two eyes. I love the horns and how they are bigger and more profound. Back of the head is all black. I really like the contrast between the black and the different shades of yellow on this figure. This is on the same body as the Maul that we got in the Lucasfilm Publishing. However, that Maul figure is great with all of the updated articulation, so the articulation on this guy is actually really great. But right now we're talking about paint and details. We have this white symbol that signifies that he is a Night Brother on Dathomir, ready to take out Cal Kestis, who comes to investigate the other black lines. Kind of looks like the symbiote, and they actually do line up. They're not lined up in the package, but if you just, you know, move, they kind of look like this in the package, but it lines up. You just got to turn them over a little bit. And if you guys can see, there's actually a different shade of yellow that is kind of on the arms and a little bit on the chest as well behind the black. I think it looks awesome, and it might not pick up that well on camera, but man, I really like that shade of yellow. It looks sort of like splattered paint. I think the paint on this figure is actually phenomenal, which was a big surprise to me. The black doesn't really continue all that much on the back. I would have to look at a screenshot of the game to see if that's accurate, but that's fine. You still got a little bit of those black lines. The drapes are going to be a dark brown, which is really nice. On the buckle piece, or whatever that is there is a nice silvery chromish color. You're going to get a lighter shade of brown on the chunky pants. This is the bad part about the new Maul body that they used, is that it's still reusing the Maul legs from the 2013 figure. You're still getting these super chunky double jointed legs, which is unfortunate, but the top is so good. Does it make up for the horrible bottom, which isn't that horrible? It's at least tighter joints than that original Maul. You're gonna have a shade of dark brown on the glossy boots, which has a nice contrast between the more matte, lightish brown of the pants. Overall, I really like the contrast between the different shades of brown that you get here, and the yellow just pops, man. I can't get over the different shades of yellow that they used against the black. So you're actually getting a nice variety of paint on this figure, not gonna lie. We have two different shades of brown, we have a little bit of silver, two different shades of yellow, black, white, and the bone color for the horns. It's just really cool. Surprisingly high amount of paint variety on this figure. Coming in to take a closer look at articulation, you do get that awesome dumbbell joint on the head that works both ways, so you get a super nice amount of tilt. Love the amount of tilt that you get with that dumbbell. You can rotate all the way around. He can look up a pretty decent amount and look down amazing as well. The arms rotate all the way around. You do have a really nice butterfly joint. You know we are huge fans of butterfly joints here at Out of the Basement. The lower arm also rotates. Single jointed elbow, which gets you just a little bit more than 90 degrees, and it does cut right there. The arms also go all the way out like that with those butterfly joints. Same deal over here with the arms. Both hands are gripping hands, which is awesome because he comes with a melee weapon. Both hands are the horizontal hinge as well. Gripping hands, rotate all the way around for both. On the upper chest, you got that ball joint for all sorts of rotation and tilt. You can go back about that far and go forward about that far. You can't really crunch all that much forward. You are going to have hindered leg articulation though with these chunky boy lower legs that the Maul used back in 2013. It's unfortunate, but it's the reality. It's a Gaming Greats figure, so it's going to have a lot of reuse. You can kick forward about that far. Can kick back not all that far at all. There is upper thigh rotation. You do have some chunky double jointed knees. I just really hate the look of these super thick chunky legs from the old Maul figure. Not that good. You're also gonna run into that issue where if these joints get loose over time, it's gonna want to do that. That's exactly how my 2013 Maul looks. You're gonna want to push these together and hope they just stay together. The feet go that far down, that far up, and you got some nice ankle pivot. However, with that upper arm articulation, you can just get him into such a nice variety of poses like this, a two-handed melee pose when he's about to like spear down on Cal Kestis on the ground. You can do a crazy, like, I'm about to swing down with my axe pose, one-handed. You can two-hand it, you can baseball it easily, swing. You can get him in the pose from the box art where it's sort of resting on his back. Or you can get him in a nice single-handed, you know, relaxed pose. I gotta say, I know this might sound a little blasphemous, but it's a lot of fun posing a Star Wars figure that has really good arm articulation and it isn't holding a lightsaber, it's a blunt melee weapon. I kind of just am having fun with this. The articulation on the new upper torso for Maul and now the Zabrax in general is just so good. I love the butterfly joints. The deep cut elbow articulation is great. The upper half of this figure is genuinely amazing, and I gotta say, they, at the very least, they tightened up the joints down here, so it's not gonna be as bad as the 2013 Maul figure. It has super fun articulation. The paint really pops for me, and for me, I actually forgive the, what some people would call the sloppy paint apps near the mouth, because, hey, it matches the mural like I showed you earlier, so I guess that's what they were going for. Again, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. That's going to be one problem people have with this figure, as well as the reuse involving the chunky legs from the original Maul figure. I can definitely see people having issues with that, which I do as well to a certain degree. However, they did tighten up those joints, so you can actually get some more dynamic posing out of it than you would that 2013 Maul. Let's go ahead and make some comparisons. Here we are with the original Maul. This is actually the archive Maul over here on this side. It is not the original Orange Line. However, it is still plagued by the same issues that the Orange Line one had. And you can see the natural spread between the legs. It kind of makes that A shape. Not good. Loose joints on the legs over here. And again, they did tighten up the legs over here, at least on my copy. And then over here is the Lucasfilm, like, comics publishing line, the new Sith Lord Maul that came out, and the legs are much tighter over here as well compared to the archive. This is a character from Jedi Fallen Order, so here he is next to the main character and the nemesis of the Nightbrother warriors, Cal Kestis. I think they scale up fairly well if you've played the game. And then since she is also from Dathomir, I have Ventress here because I couldn't really think of anyone else who would make an appropriate comparison to this figure since it is such a specific character. So yeah, guys, my final thoughts are I actually really enjoy this figure. I have to be honest with you guys, this figure simply brings me joy and I'm glad to have it in the collection. My favorite things about it are the paint and the articulation. My least favorite thing about it is going to be the lower half of the figure being reused from a figure that came out in the first wave of the line back in 2013. That is going to be the main negative I have are those chunky legs. However, I gotta be honest with you guys in the fact that even with those negatives, I still like this figure, brings me joy, and I'm glad I bought it. And that's the thing about Out of the Basement reviews is that we are going to give you our honest opinion. Hasbro doesn't provide us these figures. We use our own money on these, and we're going to give you our genuine thoughts of if they bring us joy or not, or if we recommend them. It's possible to have a few things that you don't like about a figure, but still overall enjoy it. So in my opinion, I would recommend this figure, especially if you're a big Jedi Fallen Order fan. I love that game, so I'm pretty much down to get any figure from said game. Of course, I'll pass this off to you guys. Let me know what you guys think of this figure in the comments down below. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe if you are new. We are always talking about Star Wars The Black Series here on the channel. For 99 cents, we also have a channel membership if you'd like to support us in a more direct way. The link to that is in the description. You get some cool emojis that were custom made for us, as well as some Clone Trooper name badges next to your name. And we also live stream every Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Time. We've been dropping a lot of reviews lately, so check out the catalog. I have been Justin from Out of the Basement, and we will see you guys next time.